Hola, lovelies. Welcome to Sacred Star Guidance. I'm Shel, and this reading is going to be for Virgo for the second week in November from the 11th through the 15th. I hope you're all doing well, doing better, and continuing to make progress. All right. What does Virgo need to know for the second week in November? All right, the first card out is Sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So it seems like there's a need to really work with the energy of releasing things and giving these things to spirit, giving your worries, your fears, your expectations. Yeah, illusions, obsessions, addictions, pain, and your hopes and dreams. Spirit is really needing you to understand what it means to sacrifice these things. When we sacrifice these things and give them to Spirit, we're allowing ourselves the freedom, the space, the time, the peace, the clarity that we need to move forward, that we need to continue to grow and change and climb that mountain towards becoming your higher self. We have guidance. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. Spirit is asking you to follow their guidance, to heed their call, to pay attention to the things that they are guiding you to do. It's for your own good, and there are lessons within this that you need to be learning and growing through. We have delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. This card as well goes with the sacrifice card. When you have intentions on moving forward and becoming your best self, when you have intentions to heal yourself, to put up boundaries with others, when you have intentions to achieve a goal, in order to clear the way for your path, we need to be sacrificing the things that are distracting us, all of the things that are distracting you. So that is the pain, sadness, the worry, the stress, the fear, the hopes, the dreams, the wishes. All we have to release those expectations, those fears, those hopes. We have to release all of those things to Spirit. The easiest, fastest way for us to travel on our path is to travel with a clear head, a clear mind, and a direct focus and an understanding of where we need to go, what we need to do, and what Spirit is asking of us. Spending so much time thinking about these things or spending so much time dealing with these things, sorting through these things, or going back to these things, they're all causing you distractions, pulling your attention and your focus, your energy and your emotions from the things that you should be focusing on, the positive and uplifting energy you should be moving within and exuding. Um, if we are having intentions and we're making moves towards these intentions, but we're not able to release to Spirit our fears, worries, stresses, hopes, or dreams, then it's going to be a rough ride, and it could potentially be an even longer ride because, and you could even get stopped along the way. You could end up going into a pause of action because if we're moving towards something and we're putting all of our attention towards something, but we aren't surrendering to that, surrendering to the flow of that path, being open to that path and whatever comes along that path, um, being gracefully open to allow things in and allow things to leave from your life and your energy. If we aren't giving those worries to Spirit and we aren't focusing on those things and being within that flow, we're causing ourselves a form of delusion where we think that we're going to receive certain things, or we think we're going to reach a certain point, going about it in the ways that we're going about it. But instead, it's taking us a lot longer and it's causing blockages along the way because you're not doing the other part of it. The other part of making these plans, putting these dreams into action, is to release the things that need to be released and to give your worries to Spirit so that you can have a clear path ahead of you. You can have a firm, guided direction where you can move freely forward onto that path without anything pulling your attention away, keeping you blocked, or distracting you. We have sanctity. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. And once again, just like delusion, just like sacrifice, we need to be clearing out anything that is distracting you, pulling your attention, clearing out any residual energy from our old life, from our old cycle. Any energies or behaviors, thought processes, where you are still holding on to lower vibrational emotions or thoughts about certain things, and we're allowing that to interject into our minds right now so it distracts us. We need to be clearing those things out, giving those things to Spirit, offering those things to Spirit. Spirit wants us to have clear and decisive minds. They want you to be at peace, and they want you to be within the flow, open to receive and open to allow. They want you to give them your worries and your stresses and your hopes and dreams, however small or big. And we discussed this in the last reading as well. This is clearly an extremely important thing to learn about and to put into action. We also have this trust card. Allow me, Divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. This is all about following Spirit's guidance, being able and willing to trust them in every sense of the word, to trust them fully. So we need to be handing ourselves fully over to Spirit in every way. We need to be giving them ourselves, giving them our worries, our fears, our hopes, our dreams, and leaving it up to them and putting it in their hands for them to hold for you, for them to grow and nurture and shield you and your life and your path for you. We have limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. So we shouldn't think that we're limited, because we're not. The divine can work through any and all. You need help paying a bill, you're short on cash, Spirit will send you someone, family member, a friend, a stranger, to help you along the way. They'll send you a gift to help you along the way. No matter what the situation is, so long as you are following Spirit's guidance and on every level, and we are heeding their direction, we're working on trusting them with everything, leaning on them with everything. Your path to your dreams are limitless. You will have everything that you desire and that you need within due time, within divine timing. Spirit is here for you. They have your back. They've been trying to help you and guide you. They've been watching you. They care about where you are, and they care about where you end up. Yeah, they're watching, and they're doing their best to help you in the ways that you need help. You need to be open. We need to be open and in an allowing type of energy. Be open to receive, be open to let go. I think overall here, we really have to work on our trust with Spirit. We really have to give them absolutely everything of our worries and our hopes. Really clearing out anything that is holding you back, distracting you, causing blockages, anything residual from the old life, anything low vibrational, or anything that blocks you or pulls your attention and your focus from the things that you should be focusing on. We also need to, within getting closer to Spirit and working on our trust with Spirit, we really have to work on understanding how Spirit works. And with Spirit, it's kind of a you take the first step kind of thing. They will catch you as you go. So one of the truest ways that you can show your faith and trust in Spirit is to speak to them constantly, to give them all of your worries and your fears and your hopes and your dreams, no matter how big or small. to give those things over to them, to trust them to hold these things for you, to help you move through these things, and that they will catch you and that you will receive whatever it is you need to within that time frame, within the time that it's needed. But we also need surrender as well. Surrender is extremely important. It shows spirit that you trust them. It shows spirit that you are putting all of your faith in the universe, in spirit themselves, and it allows spirit the space and the opportunity to work more highly and more detailed within your life, because you're leaning on them, because you are waiting for their guidance. You know, when we want to be with somebody, grow to be with someone, we need to work on our mentality. We need to work on our self-love. We need to work on our foundations, our traumas. It's all good to hope and wish for something grand and to want these things, but we have to be willing and able to sacrifice our old ways of thinking, our old ways of being, to surrender any preconceived ideas of how we're meant to be gaining these relationships or these blessings, and really leave that up to spirit and their guidance for you. Each person is different. Each person's path has different things that need to be met in order for that person to achieve their goals. And each goals that need to be met are different for everybody. What else for Virgo for the second week in November? So, Virgo, we need to be really focusing on stepping into that Empress energy. An Empress does not chase anything, nothing at all. An Empress uses manifestation, uses healing abilities, uses her intuition, and manifests and energetically pulls in the things that she wants. She attracts the things that she wants, the things that she needs. So no chasing, and more intuition and more manifestation. That means with manifestation, we need to be exhibiting the behaviors we wish to see. We need to be releasing the things that need to be released, and taking the right action for the right things. It seems internally you've been conflicted about love. Conflicted about a relationship or the potential of a relationship. Yeah, it feels like we're a bit emotional and distraught, a little conflicted about love, and about when that's going to be entering your life, or why that hasn't entered your life just yet. You could be feeling pretty emotional about this. That could be eating you up inside a bit here and there, especially during nighttime. You're carrying a lot of burdens within this energy, specifically about with your emotions and with your expectations for a partner or for love, a relationship. Um, these expectations, these burdens, sorrows, stresses, worries, hopes, dreams, all of that. This is you, and that's what you've been carrying that whole time. This is what you've been carrying about this situation. These wands are causing you conflict. Spirit has been asking you to release these things. We need to release these burdens, release these preconceived ideas, preconceived thoughts, expectations. Spirit works in the way that Spirit works, and we're meant to heed their call and follow along on the path that they guide us to, and in the ways they guide us to do so. So whatever plans we had, whatever thoughts we had, about meeting this divine counterpart, it's not going to happen in the way that you expect it to, and it hasn't been happening in the way that you've expected it to, which is why we are still carrying these burdens, still carrying these emotional baggage about it. We're looking for a win, and we're looking for recognition in this area, but it's not coming together at this point for some of you Virgos. Others of you have been coming into a partnership with a person, but others of you are still waiting on that person to arrive and to show up. But Spirit is letting you know that we have some work to do. There's some work that needs to be done, specifically involving your trust in Spirit, letting things go, really working on solidifying ourselves and our boundaries for the world, and letting go of anything and everything that we should not be holding on to energetically, and making sure that we are really, really, really working to get closer to Spirit in every single way possible, that we are trusting them with everything, following their guidance with everything, and we are learning what they want you to do, how they want you to go about things, and understand the lessons within the things that they want you to do. If this person hasn't arrived yet in your life, it's because you or him or both of you have more learning and growing to do. Clearly, there are things that you need to release. And those are things that need to happen before this can come together. You need to release burdens, fears, and your expectations for how you think things should go, or how you think you're going to obtain some of these things. Because Spirit has a different plan, and there are many lessons within this plan that will help you get to where you need to go and help you prepare to accept these gifts and to hold on to these gifts. You need to take on like a fresh new energy, a more positive, uplifted energy, more of like a springtime, sunshiny, uplifted, magical type of energy. That's the energy we need to be stepping into for ourselves. Not allowing anything to hold you down or back. not allowing any thoughts or feelings to interject and pull your attention away from the things that you need to be focusing on. Being uplifted, being positive, being decisive, being creative, passionate, and continuing on your path for you. For you and the things that you desire and the things you want to build for yourself, the things you want to grow. Moving within courage, faith, and strength. We have to let go of these things, these emotions, these thoughts that are holding you back. We're starting a new cycle. So that's what I mean by taking on a fresh new energy. We have to shake off all of our preconceived feelings and thoughts. If we are feeling bitter because no one has shown up in our lives, we really have to shake off that energy and get out of that energy. It's not good for you. It's not going to help you at all. It doesn't do anything for you except for continue to keep your path slow and repetitive. We have to learn the lessons. The number one thing here is to really get closer to spirit. That's really the number one thing. We have to speak to them more. We have to actually give them the things that we're worried about, the things that we're stressed out about, things that we're feeling defensive about or emotional about. You have to give those things to spirit and not allow yourself to spend time uh, dissecting these things over and over again, because it's not doing you any good and it's blocking you. You have to let them go. We have to put those things down. That's the number one thing here. Trust spirit and what's going on and why things haven't occurred in the ways that you expected them to. There are reasons for everything. If something hasn't occurred, it's either because we haven't achieved to that point yet. We haven't grown to the point where spirit will hand us that gift yet, or it's the other person who needs to be working on things. But this reading here is telling me that you have things to work on. You have things to let go of, to strengthen and to change within your life and the way that you think and go about things, with the way that you feel about things, to understand that everything that hasn't come into fruition is meant to be that way. It's meant to be that way. Everything that will come into your life, when it does, is meant to. If we are going against the flow and trying to make something happen out of desperation, or we are stepping out of the flow and getting all worked up emotionally over something, because we have this desperation within us, these are all things that we shouldn't be doing. These are all things we need to take a big step back from and hit the pause button on, because that's not going to bring you what you need. That's not going to bring you what spirit has intended for you. And a lot of those things will end up being distorted versions of what you wanted, and they will not fulfill you in the ways that you expected or wanted or hoped, because it's not right, because it wasn't something that came into your life by flow and by guidance. It came into your life by chasing, and trying to fight against that flow. So this is what spirit is speaking about. All of those things that we try to make happen, or try to, you know, where our emotions get in the way and make you want to like force something to happen or rush for something to happen, or that's that rushing, that holding back, that pushing, pulling, and we shouldn't be doing any of those things at all. um on our path. We need to be within the flow. We have to let go of things. Really step into the flow of allowing, step into that trust, that real full on trust. We have to free ourselves from the things that cause any delusions, any obsessions, any fears, any worries. If you are wanting to do something, or you're wanting to move towards something, or you are rushing towards something, and it's because you have a fear within you, or because you have some type of a stress or fear within you, we need to understand that that is probably not the correct move to make. We should never be making decisions or making moves out of fear. That should never be something that occurs. We need to be making these decisions and moves out of calmness and clarity. I think that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am accepting donations and personal readings right now. If you're interested, that information will be in the description box below. Thank you all who watched my readings and stayed till the very end. I very, very much appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. And I will be checking into your energy again later. Thank you.